Our topic is about the visual dimension. My name is Zhao Jing.
My name is Xu Xiaoping.
We will start our conclusion.
The visual dimension, the visual composition of both architecture and urban space is a vitally important component of the urban design remit and profoundly affects the human qualities of places. Town space introduction. A city is more than the sum of its inhabitants. It has the power of generating a surplus of unity, which is one reason why people like to live in communities rather than in illusion. If someone knocks at your door and you open it to let him, it is sometimes happiness that a gesture of wind comes into, sweeping load the room, blowing the curtain and making a great fuss. Sison might have made a painting of it in factory. Of of course, reaching is not only useful, but it evokes our memory and expansions. Those responsive inside us which have the power to disturb the mind when allowed. Conquering opportunities. It's up to us to try to understand the three ways in which this happens: opportunities, place, contents. The human made reactions to contrast two different between things, and when two pictures, the street and the courtyard, are in the mind at the same time, a vivid contrast is left, and the tone becomes visible in deeper things. For our architecture, we will point we have separated it into two elements: the exciting wing and the gloomy wing. Concerning place. The second point is concerned with our reactions to the position of our body uh, in its environment. Since it is an instinctivity and continuous habit of the body to relate itself to the environment, these things of position cannot be ignored. It becomes a factor in the design of environment, just as an addition. The course of light but be recorded with by a photographer. However, any annoying it may be, concrete contents uh, is this latter category return to an examination of the variety of tones, color, textures, color, styles, structure, personality, and uniqueness. We could create an orderly things with structurally roads and with buildings that command in height and style. It's a matter of observation that is a successful contrasty of colors. Not only do we expansion and the harmony receded, but equal the colors become more truly themselves. In this way, the world of statistics of the diagram city have been split into two patterns, rather than be those of serene vision here and there are cis and sets. All set remains is to join them together into a new pattern created by same warmth and power and vitality of human imagination, so that we build the home of man, makes a good building.
Path, portal, place. The path is about the path, the portal, and the place. These are the three kinds of public space considered in the discussion. Paths, portals, and the places make up the majority of meaningful exterior space in urban environments. Path is about is consists of containers, activity, maintenance, historical significance, and the good parts. Cross the sections through the path reveals the configuration of the path space, the profile of the ground plane, and the sectional characters of the building factors that inform the path. An urban pathway is typically a simple channel and a linear slot carved through solid city form. Paths accommodate circulation between origins and destinations. Pedestrians flow arranged from slow storing, low warming traffic to crowd rapid pop-ups for half-hour jogging, and some paths are devoted only to circulation. With no activating storefronts or building or sidewalks functions to invite us to slow down and sleep a while. Path ambience is strongly affected by type, volume, and the speed of vehicular traffic that shares the space with pedestrians. Atmosphere is likewise driven by these same attributes of foot traffic. The impact of historical significance on past ambience and on the community regarding the past is depends on our awareness of its history. When a road has a significant past that is understood and appreciated, history becomes a thinkable text. A media in which the present place, present functions, and the present attributes are suited. The good parts draw us into the life of city. We feel the joy and the satisfaction of citizens when we are there. The good parts entice us along with interesting destinations and invited us to linger in inviting places on the way. Pedestrians in way with to urban space, the same technology will be employed as used to discuss paths. Organizing categories include container activity, ambience, historical significance, high birth scale of attention, and the good portal. Pedestrians entering to urban space, the same taxonomy will be employed as used to discuss paths. Organizing categories include container activity, ambience, historical significance, hybrids, and scale of attention, and their good portal. As basically urban and entities, portal can be deliberately planned as the gateways, or they can just appear as the under-designed points where paths happens to connect to places. One portal has been specially designed as doorway to urban room. Its physical configuration and qualities are of interest. Plan section elevation and perspective are useful tools in this regard. A plan shows the portal width, length, shape, and the position in relation to the path and the place that it connects. Plan view all indicates solid void relationships, whether the portal must contain the stairs, interfere spaces, or secondary passages in plan. A portal's relationship to adjacent buildings is understood. Portal as physical urban entities, the portal can be deliberately planned by as gateways, or they can just appear as undesigned points where paths happen to contact two places. Sections through portals can be taken across the path opening or on axis with the path. Cross sections reveal the height, width, and shapes of the portal aperture and the congratulations of the agriculture and that forms the opening. A perspective series will illustrate the experience of approaching to the portal, arriving at it, and moving through it to the plaza. The same applies to the plaza exiting experience. Perspectives provide the most holistic simulation of portal use because all urban surfaces are included in the point of view. Ground plan path vacated overhead elements, freestanding elements in the path space, portal, and plaza space beyond all happen together in perspective relationship. The primary activity associated with the gateways in moving through a training situation from path to place. Attention to activity at the portals can be extended to include the anticipation of first view of a portal, preview glimpse of it from distant paths, initial full look at the portal, the experience of moving toward it, of arriving at it, passing through, and feeling its presence behind on the entrance the plaza. As a commentant of path, portal participates in the mood of path as the component of plaza. Portal also participates in the ambulance of that space. The energy of path and the plaza may be similar or contrasting. For instance, both might be peaceful or noisy. Feeling of the celebration, joy, sadness, fear, or weighty meaning associated with the past still linked at the space, at the place, and we think them as we pass through the portal. An urban entryway may be considered successful because of its beauty and as an object or because of its role in the town form. A train path arc might not function as an actual portal, but nonetheless be an element urban ornament. Places in cities are the plazas, courtyards, gardens, and the parks. They are the destinations to which paths take us, the urban rooms into which we move through portal. Places is in the city are the plazas, courtyards, gardens, and the parks. They are the destinations to which paths take us, the urban rooms into which we move through the portals. Special volumes is the open area contained by the buildings. its sectional, dimensional, scalar quarters, the spatial volume has shape, length, width has proportion. It has edge considerations that are sharply defined and planar, all convolved and rambling. A puzzle space should be fully formed and defined by the boundary. Buildings are barely inferred by a few structures that only imply to the space. Plazas are sometimes active during weekday working hours, but dormant in the evening and the weekends. Means the place is densely populated activity with high energy. This ambience is shaped by the character and the consideration of the character forming the space, by the activity and energy there, and by a wide variety of contextual circumstances. Mood and the atmosphere can be flavored by factors like reputation, symbolism, and place name. Places in cities are the plazas, courtyards, gardens, and the parks. They are the destinations to which bus take us, the urban rooms into which we move through portals. Places in cities are the plazas, courtyards, gardens, and parks. They are the destinations to which bus take us, the urban rooms into which we move through portals.